Here's a Spurs news roundup with me, Harry Scarfe. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please do like and subscribe. If you're unfamiliar with how these work, first part of the video I give you your Tottenham headlines in the last 24 hours, and second part of the video I dissect them. We pick out the key ones, so often the majority of them, and really give a full analysis and my opinion. This is where I like to get you involved too. So let's get through your Tottenham headlines in the last 24 hours, keeping you up to date. Firstly, a report from The Times states that Arsenal have downplayed their interest in Tottenham Hotspur transfer target Eberechi Eze in the past fortnight. Spurs are now ready to approach Crystal Palace about signing the player. Paul O'Keefe reports that Spurs are now preparing their first official bid for Eberechi Eze. Eric Lamela has retired from professional football. The former Tottenham player will now start a new challenge as a coach at Seville. Fabrizio Romano reports that Tottenham are prepared to open formal talks with Crystal Palace for Eberechi Eze. The plan to return to the table reported 2 days ago, 100% confirmed. Also confirmed that Eze would be keen on a Tottenham move if the two clubs can agree a fee. Thomas Frank said, "We'd like to strengthen the squad, no doubt about that." That's what he said when speaking to TNT Sports. Report from the Daily Telegraph states that Crystal Palace are braced for Tottenham to step up their interest to land target Eberechi Eze in the coming days. Crystal Palace's star Thomas Frank is happy with the squad but will welcome the right additions. Fabrizio Romano said on YouTube that Eberechi Eze is making it clear to Crystal Palace he wants to join Tottenham. Paul O'Keefe has said that Jed Spence has put pen to paper on a new contract with Tottenham. Next, a report from Guy states not a report from Guy, a question from Guy. They asked Richarlison to speak about Thomas Frank, what he thought of him, and Richarlison said it's been very nice to work with Thomas so far. He's given us a lot of confidence to all of us and proven to be a very nice guy in conversation we've had. I hope to repay this on the field. Mickey van der Ven has apologised to Tottenham Hotspur supporters for missing his penalty against PSG Wednesday night in the Super Cup final. Van der Ven took to Instagram to say devastated about last night. Sorry that I couldn't help the team in the penalty shootout. Proud of the team. We move on and focus on what's ahead. See you Saturday. Next report from Paul O'Keefe states that Spurs are now preparing their first official bid for Eberechi Eze. Tottenham Hotspur took to social media to say we're disgusted at the racial abuse that Matchday has received on social media following last night's UEFA Super Cup defeat. Matchday showed bravery and courage to step up forward and take a penalty, yet those abuse him are nothing but cowards, hiding behind anomalous usernames and profiles to spout their abhorrent views. We will work with the authorities and social media platforms to take the strongest possible action against any individual we are able to identify. We stand with you, Mateus. Yael Pellegrini said, "I think it's the beginning of a journey together. Tottenham is a great club and has all the conditions to achieve big things. It showed in the past and for sure it will show again in the future. I share the dressing room with top players as well as have a top coach who's a great human being, and I think we all have the same conditions together to achieve big things. We just need to be together and keep fighting." And last but not least, a report from The Standard states that Manor Solomon could leave Spurs either on loan or even permanently this summer. Solomon would prefer to rejoin Leeds if he could choose, but Leeds are also interested in Noah Okfora, and that could impact the deal for Solomon. Other clubs are also keen, though, on the Israeli winger. That is your daily Tottenham headlines in the last 24 hours. Let's go through and discuss them. So what have we got? So really interesting to hear the report from The Times saying that Arsenal downplayed their interest. I mean, I still don't think Arsenal are out of this situation. They could sell the players really quickly, or they're not going to want Tottenham to have Eze, I don't think, ideally. Paul O'Keefe is saying that we're now preparing the first official bid for Eze as well, which is very good. It'll be interesting to see what that's in the region of. Parish will play hardball, there's no doubt about it, and you can't blame him protecting his best assets. He left too many go free. Look at Zaha. I think they really learned from that lesson, so I don't think they'll make that same mistake again. What else have we got? Eric Lamela, I wish him all the best. With his retirement, I mean, absolute hero. Would have ideally liked to have him back home. Maybe a reckless player, but he knew what he meant to play for the badge. I think he's a very key player and just a thorough professional. Fabrizio Romano confirming those talks between Tottenham and Eze, saying the formal talks with Palace are going to start. Tottenham prepared to start that anyway. They plan to return to the table and talk again for the first time in a little while, so this could be good news. Frank very open, said we'd like to strengthen the squad, no doubt about that. Something he has been quite as open about before, and I just think that that's a real positive. I know Frank's trying to be respectful, but I just look at Tottenham in the UEFA Super Cup final, a performance that we should be really proud of. Firstly, to be really clear, super proud of the boys. Fought the best team in the world and kept them out, scoring completely for 85 minutes. The game plan was almost perfect. It was perfect, but just wasn't quite executed. When we took off players like Kudus and Richarlison, which is understandable because they were running to the ground, Palhinha too, we just didn't. The players who come on didn't do as good of a job. We have a good 11 players. We don't have any more than that, and that is ultimately, in my opinion, the problem. So we need more squad depth. And we have depth in some positions, like wing positions, but you often lack quality as well. It's mainly quality at Tottenham, because it is quantity over quality. It's quality over quantity. But at Tottenham at the moment, we have quantity in some positions, but not in others, like centre-backs. And like the centre-back position, we have the quality, but not the quantity. So you do need both. It's very important to have both, I think. As they want in Tottenham, he makes it clear he wants Tottenham. That's what Fabrizio Romano is saying, and that's massive. That's very good. First time we've heard that. That might be because Arsenal are not in the race. I don't quite know that. Paul O'Keefe saying Jed Spence put pen to paper on a contract with Tottenham. That's absolutely massive. He's such a key player against PSG, pocketing Ousmane Dembele for as long as he did. Don't know how he got man of the match, Dembele. Spence absolutely had him the whole game. I mean, Spence, really great player. Generally one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League, doesn't get the credit he deserves. It's just horrible for him that he got two good fullbacks in Udogie and Porro, but maybe it's a conversation that should be there about Spence becoming starting fullback, even if it be left back. Richarlison speaking well about Thomas Frank after a great performance against PSG, so full credit to Richie. They're really good. Van Veen shouldn't have to apologise to supporters after missing a penalty. Shouldn't have to. It's good that he's done it, but it's okay pen, I thought. Low and hard in the corner. It was on target. Got to step up, and he tried to take the penalty. Don't think it was awful. I say that I don't think it was fantastic. He shouldn't be apologising. We wouldn't be in this tournament if it wasn't for him. He had the desire to take one. He's brave enough. There's no need to apologise as far as I'm concerned, and at least it was on target. Paul O'Keefe saying, what else have we got? He said, we've read through that. I mean, Matchday, I'm going to jump to that. I mean, that's just absolutely sickening. Why do fans, so-called fans, somehow take it that far? There's genuine concerns about why we signed Matchday and his cameo against PSG and the penalty weren't good, they were bad. But why do people need to bring skin colour of a player into it? Why do people need to abuse any player for loads of different reasons? It's just embarrassing, and those fans, which they aren't fans at all, they're social media keyboard warriors, should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. You can't do that to a player that misses a penalty. He's had the balls, if you like, to go up and take that penalty. Doesn't deserve that at all. He's 20 years of age. He's a human being. He's got feelings. Not right. Completely condemn it. Really good statement from Tottenham. Carefully chose their words. Picked to perfection. And it's very, very important. Palhinha speaks very well. And Solomon is expected to leave Spurs. I won't speak too much to that because, people to make it political. Unfortunately, I think it'd be good to see Solomon in a Spurs shirt, but it's totally down to Thomas Frank. It'd be good to trial him, but at the same time, if a good offer comes in and we can make a profit on him because you got him for free, it also does make sense. So I don't have a preference on that one, but I'm not going to discuss it because unfortunately people will bring conflicts and wars and politics unnecessarily into it. Even I just don't get why, but I don't want to get into that. But thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. They're your Tottenham headlines the last 24 hours of my full opinion and brief analysis, but thank you very much. You're now up to date with the latest Tottenham news in the last 24 hours. Let me know in the comments below anything you heard in today's video, anything you agree with me on, disagree with me on, and any headline brought up. But for now, a massive come on you Spurs. Come back tomorrow for the Spurs news roundup.